Hey everybody, here I am with a pretty impressive Alleva Coppolo. Likely one of the last that you're going to see with a Brazilian rosewood fretboard. This is the best. Classic Supreme limited edition. Nice dark Brazilian rosewood fretboard. Nice tortoise shell pickguard, sunburst, nitrocellulose finish by the Professor. This is a Tom Barney model, so you've got a nut width of 1.75 inches, and the string spacing, which is actually adjustable at the bridge, is 18 millimeters. You can get tighter if you really want, because you've got some grooves to shift the spacing, unlike Jimmy's old bridge, which was more or less fixed, so you can play a little bit with that. I've got this one set up at 18. It's good for me, for what I do. The way I've got it set up right now, I've got the volume kind of like halfway for each pickup, and I got the tone knob around halfway or so. I've got it pulled out in passive only, and you're hooked up. It's not very loud because I don't have it cranked, but basically if I do, you get a little bit more of the so that's basically more of the back pickup. Strings are pretty dead. This is Jimmy's labella strings. You have the green tape on the end there, or not really tape, it's kind of like a felt like string or whatever that's wrapped on. It's pretty cool. So let's see if I right now I'm not running through a bass amp. I'm running through my studio monitors in my little studio here. Great B on it. Now engage the Coppolo preamp, which is a boost only, but there's no boost. Maybe I'll give it a little bit more. Turn the tone knob right up. So this is everything on full. I got behind me, just so those that are audio nuts, I'm set up in a room that's relatively neutral, so I actually have sound deadening, or to kind of eliminate the room from the equation. Fortunately, I'm using an iPhone 13, so you're not getting a perfect A to D conversion of what's happening here. If you want that, I do have the recording capability of doing that, completely remove the room, remove my voice, remove all that stuff. But right now we're going into a beautiful Summit Audio TPA 200B. It's my favorite preamp so far. It's pretty much like a piece of wire, so you're literally just connecting straight in. It's got tubes, no EQ, nothing. It is what it is. It's straight up, and you've got two inputs like a standard microphone pre, which is input gain, and that's more or less it. Like there's a pad, there's input gain and output gain. So simple, nothing fancy beyond that. I do have a leveling amplifier, an Effectrode unit that's pretty cool. I have that disengaged right now. It's not even connected, so that's all I use on occasion. Nice to get a B string harmonic. That's B and E. And that's still with the Coppolo preamp engaged. I've got the bass pickup on full. That's the, as some people call the neck pickup. Then we'll put the back pickup on full too. Get that more scoopy sort of sound going. We'll go back to the bridge Yako. So I typically use Federa strings for anything that I replace or put on a bass. The 40 to 120 I'm very comfortable with, but I found on this bass I didn't quite like them. Even when they're new or they're aged a little bit, I didn't. I also didn't like the extra lights. They're too light for me. I just don't really like those strings per se. But the most thing was the tone. There was an issue with it. It sounded too modern for me. I've played other Jimmy's basses and never really had an issue. This particular one I didn't really like very much, so I just like these old dead labellas on here at the moment. Let's add some boost, a little tiny bit of bass and treble. Dial the tone knob back a little bit so you can hear it. Got a little bit of buzz. Alright, well I think that gives everybody a little bit more of an overview on this bass. If you want for fun, I'll kick in my leveling amplifier here and see what I can do. Add anything extra. You can hear the bit of compression that's been added. A little bit of top end sparkle going on too.